It's finally here. It has finally arrived. Atomic Heart just released last night, and it has already been getting amazing reviews. The art style is amazing, the graphics are mind-blowing, and the gameplay is super fun. But the important question is, how does it run? And how much RAM do you need for the game to actually play smoothly? Can your PC run this game? That is what we will be testing today. We will be looking at 1080p, 1440p, and 4K in this video, and also turning on DLSS or AMD FSR if we need to. But sadly, there is no ray tracing in this game at launch. It will be coming down the road in an update though, so there is no ray tracing tests in this video. Although, even without the ray tracing in this game, the visuals are stunning. But I would love to see how this game's art style would look with RTX turned on, so hopefully the devs can hurry up and get the game's update out as soon as possible, as soon as it's ready rather. And if you would like to see what the developers recommend for this game, here's the recommended specs for this game. As you can see, they are very confident that this game can indeed run on more modest hardware and computers that are not bleeding edge with 4090s. But without further ado, let's take a look at how this game actually performs. So here is the 1080p test at completely maxed out settings, and already you can see this game runs super smooth. We don't use more than 20% of my CPU with my Ryzen 9 5950X, and we don't use more than 7GB of my 10GB of my VRAM on my 3080. And we don't even touch the total GPU usage until the end of the test, where I see about 98% usage, which is great to see because unlike Hogwarts Legacy, this game can actively use high-end hardware with lots of cores, or GPUs with lots of power behind them. And the results? Well, as you can see, we are almost locked at 120 FPS the entire time at 1080p with maximum graphics because I had VSync turned on. But once I turned the VSync off and uncapped the FPS, it shot up to about 160 to 200 FPS the whole time. No random FPS drops, no micro stutters, just butter smooth gameplay. And this area has so many NPCs in it, with so many moving parts, particles, great water, great lighting, and so much happening on screen that it's impressive that we have managed to maintain such a high FPS value. And to be honest, you wouldn't even notice a lack of RTX in this game because of the extremely clever ways they produce reflections or volumetric lighting. With areas like this floor reflection matching the exact scene that is out of the player's view, or this reflection on the water surface that shows the buildings across the water. Only certain areas show off the screen space reflections, like in this elevator ride where you can see the screen fading in and out of the reflection as I turn away from it. It is seriously impressive what they've managed to cram in this game and how well it performs given the visuals of it. So it seems like if you're wanting to play this game at 1080p, you will most likely have no issues at all. I cannot completely guarantee it will run smooth, but from these tests, I am definitely confident in this game's ability to run great for most of you. And it seems that you wouldn't even need to turn on DLSS or AMD FSR 2.0 to achieve great FPS, although that may change when they add ray tracing support into the game in the future. And now, let's take a look at the resolution of the future, 4K. So at 4K, with maximum graphics, this game is really boasting Mundfish's technical prowess here and optimization wizardry. Because even without frame generation, I was getting such high FPS that I honestly had to double check if I was actually running the game in 4K. So running this game at 4K, maximum settings, DLSS on quality, the lowest I saw this game drop to was like 30 FPS for like 2 seconds, and then it shot right back up to like 60 and 80. And we were even getting areas where that ran at 80 FPS or above. Super smooth, no little micro stutters other than the random drop to 30 FPS. I didn't see another time where my FPS plummeted. And that one time where at 30 FPS honestly could have just been like a random little hiccup the game would have had. So I wouldn't judge it too harshly off of that because every other moment I had during my testing was butter smooth like 60, 80, or even over 100 FPS. All while my CPU didn't go above 15% usage, my GPU was at 98% or higher pretty much the whole time because, 4K being hard to run for GPUs, which of course was great to see as well. And my VRAM was sitting at maybe 8.5 gigabytes at the highest. My system RAM was only at like 15 out of my 32 gigabytes. So if you've got 16 gigabytes of RAM, it'd probably only use like 12, maybe 14-ish, and it would still run flawlessly, I'd bet. It really was just perfect in my testings, but of course every PC is different, so you will have to do your own testing to see how it runs on your machine. But with these results, and with the recommended specs from the developers being really modest, honestly, and not recommending like 32 gigabytes of RAM and 4080s or 4090s, I do think most modern PCs should have a great time running this game. And if for any reason you can't run it at maximum settings, you can always go down to like medium or high settings, and that should fix most of your problems. On top of that, the game does have a setting to choose whether the game is installed on an SSD or a hard drive. And unlike Hogwarts Legacy, you only have to compile your shaders once, the very first time you open it, and then it never does it again. Overall, I am very, very impressed and blown away by the performance of Atomic Heart so far. This game clearly had a lot of love put into it, and I cannot wait to see what this game looks like with ray tracing. This game is honestly ridiculous for performance, and I was getting near 200 FPS in 1080p in some areas with no lag, no stutter, no random drops. It's just incredible. So Mundfish, hats off, GG, applause to you and your dark magic wizardry of optimization. You have done an amazing job, so be sure to pat yourselves on the back for it. So, let me know how this game runs on your PC in the comments down below, and if you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like on it and subscribe if you guys are new, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching, guys. Bye!